Welcome to the NSIC Spotlight, the voice of the NSIC student athletes, powered by gpac. gpac, growing people and companies. I'm your host, Nick Cornder, Assistant Commissioner at the Northern Sun. Today, we're joined by Ella Thompson of the St. Cloud State volleyball team. Ella, thanks for joining us on the Spotlight.
Of course. Thank you for having me here.
Right, as you do each week, let's start with you telling us a bit about yourself.
I grew up in Lakeville, Minnesota. I'm currently a fifth year senior here at St. Cloud State. My major is community psychology, and I'm the youngest of four kids. So I have an older brother, Tyler. He's 28 and owns his own watch repair company called Thompson Watch Repair. Bubba, who is 26, currently learning to be a pilot, just like my dad. My beautiful sister, Tori, who is 24 and is a para teacher at an elementary school. And my mama is a mama first and foremost, best job out there, but she'll also substitute lunch lady at my old high school every now and then.
All right, and let's tell us about the journey from Lakeville North High School, the best Lakeville High School, to now
Yeah.
playing at St. Cloud State University.
My journey was definitely not a linear process. Encountered many trials to where I am right now, but God had his plan for my life. And to be where I'm at right now, I'm very grateful that I trusted those plans. Starting out at Lakeville North was the most wonderful experience. My head coach there, Jackie Richter, who is now an assistant at St. Thomas, she ran a tight ship and a connected program, but I'm very grateful that I learned volleyball from the North program, along with Northern Lights, which is my club that I played for. When I started out playing volleyball, it was definitely not pretty. Did not understand how to move my body quite well or anything like that. I'm pretty sure everyone starts out like that though, but it helped me learn just the mechanics of volleyball and to be patient for the ball and learn about vision. And North really helped me out with that. And then I played my first 2 years of collegiate volleyball at South Dakota State and transferred after my spring semester of my sophomore year. It was just kind of no longer the place for me to be successful on the court or in the classroom or just mentally. So I knew I needed a change. And going through the recruitment process at that time was not easy. However, Chad and Marcy took a chance on me, and I'm forever grateful for the opportunity they gave me and that God led me to this university.
Yeah, and coming off a super successful season a year ago, got a lot of returners coming back from that squad. Talk about this challenging non-conference schedule you played to start this season and how playing those matches are going to help you and helped you to that 5-0 NSIC start.
We seek out playing those good teams, and our coaching staff could find tournaments for us that we could walk out 4-0 or 3-0 and not really think much of it, but that's not going to prepare us to be a part of the NSIC. We are definitely the best D2 conference out there, so nobody likes to lose, but going into those tournaments and coming out with losses, we're able to learn so much from those and learn how to be intentional in practice. So it's just a great opportunity for us to be pushed to the limit. And um, the league is full of great teams, and we'll need to be ready for all of them. So if we want to continue to add wins to our column, we got to play in those tough tournaments.
Rhea LaPlante is the reigning NSIC setter of the week. What attributes does she bring to the floor that helps this offense excel?
Bria has been doing a great job for us on the court. She's very balanced with her setting. She mixes up her routes well, and she stays active and successful on her setter dump attempts. And she plays defense well, and she can dig the ball consistently. It's been such a blessing to watch her grow from last year to this year. And I'm very excited to continue to connect with her and see her grow on and off the court. I think she stepped into the position very well. And Emma's also helped her out a lot in that aspect in teaching her up in practice and giving her tips and tricks here and there. So we're very connected and she's owning her role right now.
You're leading the team in most offensive categories, but who are some of the other teammates that opponents need to be prepared for each week?
I think every single person on our team deserves respect. We're a good volleyball team, and I believe that each person has their role and they own it very well. Shelby Kim has been a consistent player for us. Emery Thury has come off the bench ready and able to score and block and pass for us, which has been super cool. Sam Zimmerman has been playing good, consistent, clean volleyball for us, which is fun. And then Emily Planner is out there on the court her senior year, and she's owning that role and blocking the ball well, and she's hitting well. So I think each and every person should not be overlooked on our team because we are who we are because of everybody, not just because of certain people.
You guys are back home this weekend to take on Southwest Minnesota State on Friday, Sioux Falls on Saturday. Like you said, there's no nights off in the NSIC schedule. It's just a gauntlet. Talk about how you prepare each week for those Friday, Saturday back-to-back matchups.
For me personally, I'm real close with our athletic trainer. She sees me about every day for about an hour. I'll tell you that. But just taking care of our bodies. And for myself and a couple of the girls being okay with coach giving us no jump practice or limited reps practices and work on more nitty-gritty things like footwork and serving or my personal favorite, which is shagging balls around the court. I've gotten quite good at that as a middle, but learning to limit reps and allow myself to reset and refresh for the weekends is helpful. And then just preparing as a team in practice is huge for us. We watch film and have our second side push the starters to the limits, and that's the most important aspect for us, which is why each person on our team has the role that they have and they own it, and it matters because it's in practice that we are able to win games. It's not just in the games. So
It's a long season. You got to take care of your health, both physical and mental out there. Now, backing up a bit, you sat out a season when you transferred to St. Cloud State. Talk about that year and what you learned from your role in that practice squad.
that was my greatest test for sure. I learned a lot about myself that year and what it's like to just be a part of a good culture team. And being on a team is much more than how often you play or how much you score or the awards that you get. Each practice for me was like a game. And I was trying my best to grow in my game while also creating new friendships and growing closer with God and with my family again and with school, if I'm going to be honest. So I'm really, really grateful that I had that season because it got me to where I am now and it put volleyball in a big perspective for me. I was pretty set on kind of hanging up the shoes and being done with volleyball. So for Chad and Marcy in this program to give me hope again and kind of light my fire back up is something I'll never forget.
So you're back out there on game days. Any special routines or superstitions you have before you take the court each match?
I'll do some form of an energy drink, whether that's from Stretch Nutrition, which is our nutrition spot in town, an Alani or something of that nature. I tape all my fingers up. Started that in high school because I have broken all my fingers. My brothers like to call me glass fingers because I break them all the time. So, tape up all my fingers. I eat a mint during warm-ups. And during the national anthem, I'll close my eyes at a certain point and talk to God for a little bit or just kind of sit and relax myself. And then when the anthem finishes with Brave, then I'll open my eyes back up and kind of be ready to go. And then my last little thing that I've done since high school was not cutting the corners when we go to shake hands at the beginning of the match. So when the whistle blows and we go, it kind of like slowly peels into the court and I keep it sharp and I don't cut the corner. That started in high school with Jackie. And she would always say, there's no cutting corners or shortcuts to be great. So I just kind of kept that and I rock with it.
They're just going to say no shortcuts out there.
No shortcuts.
Final question for you. What has been the best piece of advice you've been given during your athletic career?
I've received a lot of advice over the years. Been playing since eighth grade and had a lot of great coaches, but I would say my best advice that I can think of would be don't let yourself look back and think that you could have gone harder or done things differently. Do everything with the intention to get better and go all out because when you do end up looking back, because everyone will get to a point when we're not able to lace up our shoes anymore, you want to look back with pride and not with regret.
Oh, that's some great advice right there. You never want to look back with regret. That's going to wrap up this week's show. Thanks again to our sponsor, gpac. Ella, best of luck to you and the Huskies the rest of the season.
Thank you so much for having me.